Super Atomweight Division. It's brought to you by 420 Bait Company. If you want to be at the peak of fishing, use 420 Bait. Introducing to you first, fighting to my left out of the blue corner. She's a mixed martial artist, holding a record of 3 wins against 3 defeats. She stands 5 feet 5 inches tall, weighing officially at 108 pounds. Originally from Miles City, Montana, now fighting out of Littleton, Colorado. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome back to the cage, Darla Trainwreck Harris. And across the PFC steel, her adversary fighting out of the red corner. She's a mixed martial artist, holding a record of no wins, opposite a single defeat. She stands 5 feet even, weighing officially at already 111 pounds. Fighting out of Fort Worth, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Amber, the Misfit Terrell.
First pro bout of the evening. 3 5-minute rounds for our pro fights. 5-minute rounds. Amber Terrell, Darla Harris, Super Atom Weight Division.
Look at that range. I was going to say, she's coming out the same way I saw in those films. She's very long with that jab. Very nice job from Darla.
Nice. Beautiful exchange of combinations there by both ladies.
Well, I think I can eat my words. I don't think ring rust has been a big problem for Darla. She seems to be just right there in range and fine.
I don't think it is either.
Looks fantastic.
It looks like Amber is having a little trouble with the range of Darla early on in this fight. But lands a beautiful right hand there.
Yeah, that cross step, we've seen that a few times tonight. She landed that as well right there.
Nice shot there by Amber.
Oh, nice uppercut.
Very impressed with the combinations of Darla.
We'll see if Amber tries to get her away. She'll probably try and get into the ground here.
The arena lights slowly dimmed as the crowd began pouring in, a low buzz vibrating through the air. This wasn't just another night of fights. This was the Ringmasters 27, where rising contenders earned their names or vanished into silence. The prelims were about to kick off, and the energy in the building surged with anticipation. The ring gleamed under the lights, the canvas fresh, yet waiting to be painted with sweat, bruises, and the roar of hard-earned respect. First to step. Into the ring was Malik the Viper Rhodes, a bantamweight with lightning hands and a chip on his shoulder. His opponent, Javier the Jackal Dominguez, was known for his relentless pressure and a chin of steel. From the opening bell, it was war. Malik fired quick jabs, keeping Javier at bay, but the Jackal kept inching forward.
Ooh, wow. Darla is opening up. She is really getting a little loose in there, starting to find some power shots there. Amber with a nice right hook. The clinch is something. Ooh.
Nice one, too.
Just missing with that head kick.
Good one, too, again.
Harris's combinations are just crisp.
She's deceptively accurate. She slides those kicks and those straights right in between those exchanges.
When she's throwing 3, 4, 5 punches and kicks at a time.
She does a really good job of moving her head off the center line, albeit slightly. She's not just on a train track, which Amber's a little bit more straightforward when she comes.
Yeah, I think it's easier for Harris to predict Terrell's movement coming forward. Man, that jab is so nice.
You can hear Bedford calling for Amber to push it, saying Darla's a little tired. I have to disagree, though. I don't think Darla's tired.
Well, she is just constant with that pressure, walking Amber down, and is landing with every combination she throws.
Just gotta be careful here.
Darla locking that guillotine up. Amber's trying to follow that underhook to the back, but looks like Darla's gonna be able to wrap those arms around. It's in tight.
It's pretty tight. Wow.
Is she gonna pull her into guard to finish?
Whoa.
She does. It looks like she's got the full lock in.
Oh my goodness, it's tight. Oh,
And she gets the tap.
Darla
Great job.
gets it done
With
after 10 years out of the cage.
Man,
Ring rust, not an issue.
way to make a statement and come back. Beautiful.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 4 minutes 40 seconds of the first round. For your winner by way of tap out due to guillotine choke. And now back inside the cage, Darla Trainwreck Harris.
I am here with your winner, Darla Harris. Darla, you proved tonight that ring rust was not a factor. How good does it feel to be back here inside the cage?
It's been almost 10 years.
How good does it feel to get the win here tonight in such devastating fashion?
It's one of my best nights of my life. My family, my partners, my gym, my team, my teammates, 420 Brand Clothing for sponsoring me. Everybody watching back home, thank you.
So what's next for you? You took some time off. You know, you look flawless in your performance tonight. Do we expect to see you again inside the cage, or is this it for you?
No, absolutely, I'll be back.
Well, it was an honor to call your fight, and we look forward to seeing you again soon. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Darla Harris.
Weaving under the strikes. The second round turned into a phone booth brawl, the crowd rising with every exchange. Blood dripped from Javier's eyebrow, but he grinned through it, shaking his head and firing back. The third round was all heart. Malik danced around the eye. Ring landing combinations, while Javier kept chasing him down. When the final bell rang, both fighters embraced, exhausted and proud. The judges gave it to Malik by split decision, but there were no losers in that ring. Before the crowd could settle, the heavyweights were called.
Win against 2 losses. He stands 6 feet even, weighed in officially at 169 pounds. Fighting out of Plano, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Harrison the Hurricane Lean. And across the PFC steel, his adversary fighting out of the red corner. He's a mixed martial artist. Tonight, making his highly anticipated professional debut. He stands 6 feet 5 inches tall, weighing officially at 170 pounds. Proudly representing Little Elm, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing Bailey King.
Well,
what a matchup this is gonna be. Bailey, the pay-per-view king, taking on Hurricane Harrison Lane. Craig, what are your expectations for this fight?
Fireworks.
Immediately shooting in for the takedown is Hurricane Lane. He got rocked there by a shot from Bailey King.
And
Bailey fighting off the takedown early, though.
You can tell that was probably his game plan, was to get Bailey down to the
Straight
mat.
knee to the groin there. Straight to the groin.
And this is honestly, though, what Harrison needed, though, because he was rocked from that first shot that he took from Bailey.
Yeah, it looked like a check hook that Bailey landed as he entered. He immediately went for that shot.
Yeah, Bailey's so long and rangy that he has to close the distance quick.
Short rest must have not landed too flush. Or doesn't want to give his opponent rest.
Immediately shooting in for that takedown again is Harrison.
Bailey's doing a good job fighting off the takedown, getting his own underhooks. Harrison's looking to elevate that single leg.
And Craig, what does Bailey need to do here in this situation?
Well, he's doing the good thing. He's split stancing. He's trying to dive that underhook and keep himself a little bladed so that he can do that right there.
Great job.
Circle
by
out.
Bailey.
I mean, he literally did what needed to be done right there. Great knee in the space there. As the taller guy, he's really doing a good job of controlling his position. Great knee again. Great punches.
That knee hurt.
King is born!
Holy
Bailey, the pay-per-view king!
Oh, that
Lane.
gave me chills.
Lane is, that was a brutal knockout.
Hopefully he's okay here.
Oh no, that
He's
was,
going in and out.
yeah, that was brutal. Lane is still kind of confused there.
What perfect timing. What? Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 1 minute 13 seconds of the first round for your winner by knockout, Bailey King.
I am here with your winner, Bailey, the pay-per-view king. Bailey, oh my goodness, you just stood.
Booming cheers erupted as Derek Diesel Sampson stomped his way to the ring, followed by the calm and collected newcomer Tomasz the Glacier Brzezinski. The bell rang, and Diesel charged like a freight train. Tomasz stood his ground, parried the wild shots, and began systematically breaking down Derek with stiff jabs and counters. The end came in the second round. A brutal uppercut from Tomasz snapped Derek's head back, followed by a hook that sent the big man to the canvas. It was a knockout so clean that the replays ran back to back on the big screen. Tomasz didn't celebrate. He just nodded once and walked out of the ring like a silent assassin. Next up was a women's flyweight bout that set the arena ablaze. Kiara, Blitz, Mendez versus Felicity, The Flame, Robbins, both had something to prove. From the opening, seconds, it was clear that Kiara came to finish the fight early. She swarmed Felicity with aggressive flurries, backing her into the ropes. But Felicity was a veteran of chaos. She countered with precision elbows and knees, turning the tide. In the second round, Kiara scored a takedown and controlled the pace on the mat, raining punches from top position.
War the whole time, like just non-stop, back and forth. And I honestly forget that fights can get ended that easily, right? And so like the game plan going into this fight was to be ready for 15 minutes of wrestling, of just bloody just war. And so like, that's how I train for every fight. And so, you know, I was saying earlier, I forget, like, fights can be ended early like that. You know what I mean?
Well, it's safe to say that here in Frisco, Texas, a star has been born. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Bailey, the pay-per-view king.
Ladies and gentlemen, the action continues here in Frisco, Texas. We now have 3 rounds at a catch weight. This fight brought to you by Peak Pass, where you can watch every event and get exclusive content for only $4.99 a month. Subscribe now at peakfighting.com. Introducing first, fighting to my left out of the blue corner. This man is a mixed martial artist holding a record of 2 wins against 2 losses. He stands 6 feet 2 inches tall, weighing officially at 166 pounds. Hailing from College Station, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Kendall Slice Lewis. And his opponent fighting to my right out of the red corner. He is a jiu-jitsu fighter holding a record of 1 win against a single defeat. He stands 5 feet 9 inches tall, weighing officially at 165 pounds. Fighting out of Belleville, Illinois by way of Las Vegas, Nevada. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Orlando Sandman Sanders.
Well, here we go. Orlando Sanders taking on Kendall Lewis. Catch weight bout.
Right to work.
Oh!
That landed heavy, but he was able to get the takedown with it.
That's why I tell my guys, commitment on the shots.
Yeah, he definitely
Committed.
The third round had the crowd screaming. Felicity landed a spinning back fist that staggered Kiara, but Kiara fired back with a left hook that buckled Felicity's legs. The bell saved both women from being finished. In the end, Kiara had done just enough. The crowd gave them a standing ovation, a reminder of how much grit the prelims can deliver. As the replays faded, the ring was cleaned and the lights shifted again. The middleweight clash was next. Elijah Lionheart Banks versus Nico Savage Ramirez. Elijah came out poised, his footwork elegant, picking shots from the outside. Nico, however, walked through fire. He ate jabs and kicks just to land a single body shot that echoed through the arena. In round 2, Nico turned it into a dogfight, pushing Elijah against the ropes and unleashing a barrage. Elijah slipped away and responded with a spinning heel. Kick that barely missed. It was skill versus will, finesse against ferocity. By round 3, both men were breathing heavy, bruised, cut, but still.
Ladies and gentlemen, the end comes at 45 seconds of the first round for your winner by way of Tapa due to inside heel hook, Orlando Sandman Sanders.
I'm here with your winner, Orlando Sanders. Orlando, I don't even think you broke a sweat tonight. You made it look easy. How good does it feel?
It's good.
So what's next for you, man? I mean, you've had 2 impressive wins in a row here in the PFC cage, PFC Texas, and then you get it done here in Frisco. What do we expect to see from you next?
We get better and better. Period. Nothing else.
I know we've got a fight card coming up next month. Do you have any plans of hopping back in here pretty soon?
Just want the word.
Well, a man of few words, but your actions speak much louder. Your winner, ladies and gentlemen, Orlando Sanders.